Welcome to the Business Wisdom Podcast, where business strategist Clive Enever shares his inner business wisdom with you. Each episode is packed with his experience to help you grow and develop your own business wisdom. Join Clive as he shares his wisdom with you.
Let's have a talk about feedback, because whatever you're doing in business, you're getting feedback. You're getting feedback all the time, and interpreting that feedback accurately is what helps us stay sane, probably, when we're trying to do business. More importantly, whatever feedback you're getting is valuable. And it doesn't matter whether it's negative or positive, it's actually telling you how to run your business. And you might have heard the phrase that your customers will tell you how to run your business. And indeed they do. They do it through the feedback that they provide. So it's always worthwhile to stay alert so that whatever feedback is coming to you, you're able to interpret, as I said, accurately, so that you can make the appropriate decisions to move on with your business and to move your business on in a positive way for your customers. And the important thing there is your customers. Are you hearing feedback from your ideal customer, or are you hearing feedback from somebody that you've tried to recruit, as it were, as a customer who really isn't your customer? Or is it somebody completely unattached from your business? Now, I'm reminded here of a client last week who was putting together a program which has been delivered on a regular basis for a few years. And somebody had taken the time to sit down and write an email to this particular person and explaining what was wrong with the program that was being offered. There was nothing positive in the feedback at all relative to how it had been presented and what was being presented. That was all negative. However, when we look at these things, we've got to remember that in all things, there is some truth, and there is always a positive in there somewhere. So we had a look at this feedback and discovered that the person sending the feedback thought that the product being offered was grossly overpriced and should be offered at about 20% based on this person's experience from having seen the previous version. So one needs to have a look at that and go, okay, if this particular customer had a look at this and didn't like it, what actually was the problem? Because what was being expressed in the feedback wasn't indicating a problem. It was just indicating that somebody had a bad day and wanted to let somebody know about it. So the wonderful thing about programs being offered online is that you can go and check pretty easily who had a look at it. Now, in this circumstance, the person giving the feedback hadn't seen the program. So we could dismiss that out of hand, of course, but that's probably not the way to deal with it. We want to look at what's the message we're receiving. Now, we can look at the messenger and we can make up all sorts of conclusions about whether the messenger is having a bad day or not. And sometimes it's worthwhile doing that because some of the feedback just doesn't count. So we have a look at that and we discover, okay, the person sending this message is not the customer. Now, if you're talking to someone who is not your customer, they can easily find fault with whatever it is that you're providing, because what you're providing is of no value to that person. So look to what it is that you want to deliver to your ideal customer. And as long as you're delivering what it is that your ideal customer wants, when your ideal customer gives you feedback, whether it's positive or negative, pay attention. But don't allow yourself to be paying attention to things that aren't important just because somebody thought they needed to bring it to your attention. So with that in mind, go out and have a week better than you've had last week, better than you've had before. Just stay motivated. As I often say, let's not worry too much about motivation. What inspired us to get into business? Just keep remembering that. Motivation doesn't need to be a priority if we're inspired to do what we're doing.
Thanks for joining Clive. Remember to subscribe for more business wisdom. Want to work with Clive? Book a discovery call with him at enervagroup.com.au.